What are the picks you can pick Sett into? I mean, you can really just try to go him into anything. As long as you know how to manage your passive, you'll pretty much be good to go. Is Sett blind pickable? I mean, if you want to look at it that way, yeah. Every role think the other one is OP, but here's the problem. By the data, top lane goes from a top 3 queued role to a bottom 2 queued role after you reach Masters. There's a very large disparity between mid-ranking and then all of a sudden no one wants to play top if you get to high rank. Like what? It's either no one wants to play top or people struggle to get high rank with playing top, or people get high rank playing top then quit. At either rate, top lane loses a significant amount of their player base after you reach Masters. That's not an opinion. That's just a fact. Bot lane can't boast that. Bot lane can't say everyone stops playing bot lane. Old league range tops were non-existent because them to be so popular. Shit like press the attack that adds way too much damage. So instead of having poke potential, they now have kill potential. Minion aggro not working. It used to be a range champion attacks you, the minions all run at him. That pushes the lane, and now they get ganked. Now they attack you. Maybe the minions aggro them, but then they just chase you down and kill you anyway. Then there's issues like ranged champions have just gotten stronger and stronger early game to the point where ranged champions are now beating melee champions in melee because they just poke you all day. And if you attack them in their minion wave, they win. And it's like you have nothing you can do. Then you have got issues like they removed a lot of the champions either through reworks or nerfing. A lot of the champions that used to dunk on ranged champions are gone. Like there's no more Aurelia. You have the new Aurelia, but the old Aurelia basically said, look, I'm gonna get to about level 4 or 5, and then I'm gonna just full health combo you. Then there's also the other issue where obviously damage creep, stuff like press the attack. Champions like Lucian can start running you down for a full health combo at level 2, as well as sustain has been annihilated. And the sustain that wasn't annihilated, this buddy right here, Second Wind, now you're telling ranged champions you must get a keystone that doesn't scale to be relevant because otherwise you're gonna die. Now if they made Second Wind scale, that would be different, but the fact that I have to go Second Wind into Quinn, I have to. So then in these later game team fights, my shields are squishier, not by much, but a little bit. I do less damage just so that I can survive the lane. But ask yourself, does Quinn not scale as well as other champions? No, not really. In fact, as we've seen at Worlds, Quinn outscales many melee champions. So she beats you in lane, then outscales you. What do you do about that exactly? Here's another issue. Every other class keeps getting their building components buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed. Bruiser build components have not been buffed and have actually gotten weaker over time. Instead of Brutalizer, you've got Warhammer. Phage has lost damage. Didn't Phage used to be... Wasn't Phage 18 damage and then it could slow on hit? And now it's 15 damage, less HP. So it's lost 3 damage, it's lost 50 HP. And instead of a slow, it now gives a slight movement speed buff, a very slight one at that. Like, okay. Not only that, while bruiser build components have gotten weaker, as in you need to somehow complete an item to get stronger, being at Phage and Kindle Gem is not very strong. In fact, it's quite fucking worthless, really. But once you get Black Cleaver, it's like, oh. Yeah, I mean, Tiamat has gone up in price even. I mean, and let's stop and let's look at like Zeal. It lost 3 attack speed to gain 10 crit for 100 gold. And they say, okay, well we want 80 carries to be able to buy an early game item. Okay, but bruisers have gotten weaker early game items. I mean, what are my choices? I could go Tiamat to try to spam wave clear early on at 1,325 gold. Now look, I think it would be very easy. Seriously. Why don't you just buff Tiamat to like 100% health regen? Like you already increased the price by 125 gold. Why not just make the argument of, oh, well, all its top tier items have 100 health regen. Why not just pump Tiamat to 100% health regen? Then at least bruisers would have an item for the early game that they could go, get some health regen, try to lane a little bit better, etc, etc. Junglers don't really care about health regen. They always sit at full health anyway, it doesn't matter. And then, I mean, compare Brutalizer to Warhammer. I mean, even look at AD Assassins. AD Assassins randomly, now they get 30 damage on Serrated Dirk, but Warhammer is still 25. I mean, look at it. Look at Fiendish Codex, 900 gold. Warhammer is 1,100. What's up with that? Yeah, they buffed D-Shield, but it goes back into the Second Wind issue. So now I'm getting a weaker early game item. I can't go for kills anymore. And I'm getting Second Wind, so I can't go for kills at all. But At least I can survive the lane? How is surviving the lane as a bruiser considered some huge deal? It's really not. Just surviving the lane doesn't do anything, especially when your class gets outscaled so hard. By the way, Riot Affik, can you guys make second wind? I don't even have it, so I can't even look at it. Huh. Can you guys like buff second wind so it scales? Like remove the 6 flat healing. That sucked.
Maybe rotate down.
I have no cooldowns. I can't. I just used all my cooldowns because Gangplank's Q spamming me. I think second wind should be changed into a hard scaling rune. Good old top lane impact right there. Oh, really? Sometimes it feels like that ability is instant, and sometimes it has a cast time. You know, he can just walk out of it. Like, walking out of it dodges the true damage too, buddy. Make second wind over 5 seconds and reduce the health to, like, 3 or something. It'll make tanks better, which you guys fucking love. And then when you go second wind... As I said, if you properly manage Sett's passive, he can pretty much lane against anything. I think that was kind of Riot's intent, though. Maybe they actually took to heart what I said when they should just make more safe picks rather than nerf Aatrox. Is that what you guys did, Affik? Did you actually listen to me? Or did you just, like, accidentally do something smart? Because I'd probably believe the second thing. W needs a nerf? Suck my dick. No, a melee champion can do something. This is horrible. Did he just walk on the trap? He wasn't on it! Oh, wow. I think unless I'm against, like, a pure tank... Sorry, what was I gonna say? Unless I'm against a pure tank, I think I max E. Like, if I'm against an Aatrox or something, fuck, I'm a max Q into Gangplank. I think it should be melee, I max Q, range, I max E, but I'm not sure. Because getting that second E actually has been so impactful, but the problem is, maxing Q gets you more turret plates and shit, so E is actually worth less gold to max, straight up. Wow, he actually timed that. Shit. Did that motherfucker seriously, like, press Q at that exact fucking moment I flashed? I mean, the thing is, killing turrets is worth gold. So, taking plates is worth gold. I straight up will generate less gold if I max E instead of Q. That's just a fact. But the thing is, maxing E and getting to that second E is actually super important. There's been some fights, remember last game, there were some fights where, like, I used my E twice, and it, like, totally shut someone down. Like, they just got shut the fuck down. They couldn't do shit. No! No! Wow, this GP actually sucks dick. I don't think you realize how much health I'm regenerating from my passive. A lot. And because I'm generating so much health from my passive... Let's put it this way. I probably regenerate 500 or 600 health from my passive. Normally, Q spamming someone that hard as Gangplank would push him out of lane. But because I have Dorn Shield, because I have my passive, I'm kind of able to go neutral if I play it right and W enough damage. I'll let him have the cannon. He didn't even get the cannon! That son of a bitch. So I need to buff second wind. I mean, I don't think you need to buff it. I think you just need to make it better. Like, you need to make it not just the early game rune, you know? Like, giving up an entire rune just to be able to lane against ranged champions is insane. Like, bone plating doesn't scale poorly, does it? So, like, a ranged champion laning against melee gets bone plating, and they're good the entire game. They got bone plating. Melee champion gets second wind to try to lane. Oh, after, like, level 7 or so, it fucking sucks. I'm saying, like, you can make it weaker in the early game by a little bit, but, like, it's like bone plating. They nerfed the shit out of it early game, then they buffed it late game. Do the same thing to second wind. It's, like, ridiculous that second wind can give you an additional 150 HP on the first back, but then it doesn't fucking do anything afterwards. Look out, look out, look out! Watch this, watch this, watch this. Uh-oh. No! No! Why did nobody help me? Well, Afik, you guys actually designed a bruiser who can do shit. It's the same reason I enjoy playing Aatrox. It's a champion who can do shit. Like, you play Darius, half the fucking time you play Darius, tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not. Half the time you play Darius, you spend the game not doing anything until you lose. Oh, they picked Malzahar? Well, I hope my team can carry, because I'm not gonna play today. It's kind of why, despite not really... No! No! Oh, fuck. I was so close, man. If I could have just gotten to my Titanic proc. Oh, so close. Oh, by the way, Riot Affect, did you see this? You see how Sett can actually kill turrets? Isn't that a cool feature of a champion? Like, could you imagine if Aatrox could do that? Kill turrets, I mean? Could you imagine if Aatrox could kill turrets? Riot Affect? Turrets? So, like, you know, when you were fighting a team like their team, and you weren't really good at the grouping, you could actually kill turrets and still be useful? Could you imagine that, Riot Affect? How do they do versus super minions? That's the interesting thing, Riot Affect. See, because he's got, you know, his 1-2 punch, he actually has enough damage. I'm not saying he murders them, but, you know, he can actually kill them in under 20 minutes. Oh, okay. If other top laners were stronger, it wouldn't seem broken. Gee, can you imagine if Riot made it so, you know, melee top laners could actually do shit? Could you imagine such a world where there wasn't, like, only 2 melee top laners who could do shit? We should be here setting up, like, Caitlyn traps and shit. We need to fight for vision. That's really where our teams keep going wrong. We never fight for vision. I'm, like, the only one that fights for vision when I play champions that can't. Well, this is what happens. God damn it.
No!
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. No! Oh! Oh, we got it. Okay, I was about to say, holy fucking shit. What's the main reason you're winning at the start of the season and losing now? I was queuing mid, in case nobody picked up on that. I wasn't actually getting that win rate with top. I was playing with a low diamond MMR, but suddenly...
What the fuck is she doing?
I don't know. Dying, mostly. I started, like, the first day I started losing, I was getting top lane. So, like, I kept getting top lane autofill instead of mid, because I was queuing mid-top. And then the second day and third day I really started losing. Okay. I want to see if what I think happened is what actually happened. She ulted? Right, Epic. She fucking ulted during my ult to block the damage, which also blocked the slow. You guys released that as a champion? How about you make the lockout time on Sett's ult match the actual fucking duration of the ability? I've noticed so many times that it's not actually matching it. You're getting out of the ult so fucking often before it's over. I've been auto-attacked by Jax during my ult, just to give you an example here. I've been auto-attacked by Jax during my ult.
What are you guys doing? We weren't here.
Aurelia jumped in.
What did we just say? Don't go in with her then. Just let her in. I literally can't get in. We can't get in.
They're picking up so many items off every one of these lost team fights. Like, at this point, I'm just squishy. Like, they've just won, like, 5 fights in a row. It's ridiculous.
We just need an actual good fight. Like, we're not taking a good fight.
The problem is, like, I need to engage or we're gonna get poked out by Ziggs and be unable to engage. But Caitlyn doesn't... Nobody... Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh my god. How come the opposing team always seems to understand how to macro for vision? And it's like we always have, generously, maybe one of the other people on our team knows how to do that. Generously.
Well, they expect me to be able to do it on my own.
But they're not doing it.
But that's not how that's gonna fucking work. Like, if I go out to go get vision by myself, then I get picked and then I'll get yelled at. Like, we need to go as a group and, like, just clear and then put it down. But they just want to fucking go and do their own shit the entire game.